Finally, if you would like to advertise on the radio carousel, notice bird or small as the cost of it and the top of the even, you can give streets of us now on 087 44 0316 087 44 0316. Two legs.
Come on in here with us. Where's the winch then? How are you puppy handling them problems? Did you break them? Perky. Ah, it's identical. Happy worse for that there. Come on here! Christ almighty, that. And then I went back to turf. And you the whole right to side. The whole thing to side. Oh, look at him knocking your ass. Jesus! Who is that? Who is involved in this? Jesus! Oh, my Jesus! Why doesn't he know tough got this one? Ass, dash, he held them again in the one dash with them before. Oh, Davy Smyth too. Look at his mess. Look at Daddy Tom. Come up from the Cloughbally Bog. Come on now. Oh, my jeez. Go for the out at once. Go for the priest. I'll stop you go for John Shorten because I'm going to bury him. I'll put him in the bog anyway. You be gone with this with me and this man. With him, how long will you get off? You clear him. 2 minutes. So the man is stiff. Can't you see that he's stiff? I don't care how stiff he is. He's the whole thing and it's all thrown in the head. It's off. It took him a half an hour to get into the ball. And the other lad above thrown it in the head. And it never dry. So the big pile of shapes is out. Oh. Let my man alone. Come on, lad. Come on. It's a leg here. Feeling tough again. Don't let us have to come back, you know. Poking and poking. Well, they're having a clue. Oh, young lads again, young pups, brown pups. Those the lad at the bar are painted up nice and bright and not able to push it. And a plaid shop. And such sods, it never dry. It take 2 or 3 good years before you have any for you. Not just of course. He's not so bad. He's not so bad. And he get them over and he throw them in a big heap to rot. Look at that. And he knocked the toffee pup yesterday through the window. Have you a full licence for driving that wheelbarrow? Oh, we go for the barracks. We go for the barracks. The sergeant at once. The bank is too wet. That's something you get Jim Smyth at. Tough on someone else's bank. Hiya, Patsy. How are you, Jim? Come on, back. You're hard at it. Alright, here's men coming to help you. Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. God, they look as if they're in trouble. What's wrong here? What are you at? How are you doing? I'm hoping an old red sod. Huh? I'm cutting it all. Come in here and you do it.
I never see it poking and poking.
Come on now, come on in here.
Root is all you are. Root. Here.
What?
Come there again.
I beg you down to get it over your head.
Right. No, we don't want you at all. We have enough of you saying.
Well, go on with that now, just. Johnny,
No, you'll have to get into these hands next year.
Here, John.
Chicken. When you can tell about the boy, you can wheel about a total.
I said it on a hole. Huh? Oh, Jesus. There's something not going right for me here. One more.
Arsenal!
That's right.
Hey! I'm bringing this ass to you.
Well, there's no such a thing, bringing up.
We're stuck beyond on the bog with a big tart load of turf and we have to get her out. We want this ass for one.
We're out till 6 o'clock this morning. Thanks to that easy.
Well, there's one on the bog now.
We're on the bog.
We're on the bog.
We're on the bog. We'll be on the bog tomorrow.
Huh?
No lad, you have a no just fat ass.
Well, that's why he's well fed.
He's a spitting image of yourself.
Go on with that now.
We'll bring him anyway.
Well,
Not
no.
you in his head.
Well, no such a thing.
Huh? It says, you know, he didn't use them at
Where
clean.
are you out? Come on. You how at once with this ass we go and get some.
Who's it when the house isn't here something now?
Well, go on now. I'm
Well,
a lad.
You keep cutting, you keep... We're stuck with the whole ass, right? You might as well say
Give him a shot there.
I put it into that.
How long? We're stuck.
There's no need to panic. There's no need to panic at all. No need to panic.
That house done a wonder walk all day and he's getting no more abuse.
I don't want to walk myself.
Huh?
Which is more than I can say for you because
We only want to pull the chart out to the dry bank and we'll bring them back to you then.
I said, what about the other asses over there?
They're all gnarly little bony asses.
I know he's come for that big lad.
For them around.
we want a big ass. We want to bring you, but we see they get a bit busy.
Right, let's get this ass.
We're making it out of that bank anyway.
Well, here. When and show me how to do it.
We're not the top of the turf and get the hell out of
Bring
here.
me
and
a
get
rail
the
and
chat.
catch it off of this turf. Jesus.
Look at that, come on.
Oh,
If they tell her that we have to help everyone before anyone will help us.
where are you started now? So there's no start.
be the Jesus,
Are you
no
going to
fuss
chat?
at all.
Are you going to chat? Are you going to cut on this? Or you get any turf cut?
This is the way you fought. You fought like that.
Well, that's the way it's always fought because Ray just knew nothing about cutting turf.
I know all about turf. And what you do before you put the sod is make sure you go up a good imprint of the welly like that. And when it lands on the bank, you'll know you are turf. And all the ass will steal it. Aye.
That's
What
right.
the sod's the cost of us cut?
That's right, has to be there. That's a good turf.
No wonder why that shit with the cow all of
I
it.
don't know, boys.
A good turf.
These are the sign of a good bunch of turf.
No wonder why that shit with the cow them cost all of it.
This might be asking you that coming. But you're not coming back on a turf down there. How come you're all coming up here?
This is our bog anyway. This is our bank.
This bog belongs to the pig.
We start cutting the lock anyway. Give you a hand for
Right.
a load of the ass.
But cut it now that way.
That's right, start
Well,
cutting the lock.
I'll catch a few sods.
And go up Brayley and catch a few shots. And Lord bless.
I know what things I bring you 201.
And whoever's throwing turf
Come on,
above,
Daly, we're done.
you'll throw them back up in a minute.
Now, this will be like the meat team.
Keep the only thinking. You're not friendly bank. Hey.
That's the meat ball out.
Hey.
Oh, look there. Riley will chat for two men. He's a no just man.
He has been rolling Carl and he's put the whole lot on the bat in one shot. Up with them, Daly. I will be here for the ball tonight. Come
How
again.
come that you took my good sled?
All the chat's tough in the middle, be that.
I mean, hey, you know.
He said if you test them in the middle, you get two sods. No. Oh, they're not coming quick enough, lads. Keep them coming.
Go on now with that.
Keep them coming.
What?
Keep them coming.
There's a spray of me bunch of turf.
Oh, we have enough, cut. We have enough. We have enough.
I'm glad to see the Indians. Go on.
We'll never get out of here. Come on, Daly. Come on. Costello, live. Costello and his bloody old ass. Come on.
We get him out somehow.
Oh, you will.
He got another ass to pull him out. He's stuck behind.
He'll be stuck on the bog with that fat idiot anyway. Yourself.
He hasn't the clue.
That one. Oh, you just laid me back at home. Yes, villages. Oh, that's a sight, boys. I never get it right again.
Will you bring them back, Patsy?
Huh?
Will you bring them back?
Boys, I'll never play them boys again. So the slightly good back at home.
Hey, come back! Hey, come back here! Hey, come back here, you scoundrel! Come on, will you?
That's really she's putting it in there. The guy down on the ball.
Go on with the tape!
Come on, right with the tape!
Alright, cut the ball with the load! Catch it back for your Patty.
You'd want to go much out, just much out. It's so hard to get a bit of a break. No, but I think it used to be dogs if you bring the gears go over there when they were born.
any good on was the toilet. The toilet. And even then he wasn't much good. He was skitting and farting and he could do nothing.
We are here since 6 o'clock this morning trying to get an ass out of the bog before the crowd came and all over you. 6 o'clock this morning.
I missed mass to give you a hand. You had like a turf home.
He sat down to the 3 times.
And you must send him another day.
And the whole ass in charge. They were the big bog now. And then another now was hanging out taking for a guided tour to bring our ass in charge. Down Egypt, and out stuck on the middle of the big bog.
Well, that's the last time I helped you. Laid down, I caught it, I fought it, I loaded it, and I brought it home.
Oh, yeah, you did. And you bought it as well.
And you did me good, you lad a bit of hate.
You bought it.
Oh, you see, Mary. You have a something. Oh, drink it all. Jesus. You see that, Riley?
What is it, that woman? That woman has some let down.
She no manners.
Why did you give her the head?
You would give her a sup, sure, Jesus, you wouldn't take it off a dog.
Give her a bit of dry bread to my stick in her throat and hold it
On the bog the whole day with no tea or nothing, and she came and drank the half. Anybody else in the bog? Jesus! Yeah, you have to cheat!
You never ask people with big mouths on them to drink. Gee! Right, look! Give it to me before it's all gone.
Now go easy on it. Wrong with you. Come on, Ray, we get enough. Johnny Monaghan has a good ass.
Johnny Monaghan has a lovely ass.
Oh,
He's very fat. He's a very fat ass.
Johnny Monaghan's ass will do the job.
Johnny Monaghan's ass is too fat. I'm telling you, wouldn't with the chair.
All right, Riley, all right.
You come up with some of the strangest ideas ever I heard.
Jim Smyth has an odious ass.
Jim Smyth's ass is a boreal ass. It never was fed. That wouldn't hold on. Did you see its feet?
No, I didn't. No. Up.
Like bananas.
Stop. You were stuck. Stay away.
You were struck there away. I'm not seeing him anywhere.
Brendan Lark, me man. He's a real big ass. He is the ass that do the job, boy.
Now you know as well as I know that Brendan's ass didn't work on donkeys either. No. And it hardly worked. So that can't go on the bog again.
On the bog again.
Look at it.
Come on and we go for an ass anyway, so surely the jizzle or someone has an ass that do the job. Oh, really? Do you think there'll be anyone that have an ass, huh?
You never find an ass on the
Your
bog.
breast is alone, Riley.
You wouldn't find an ass on the bog these days.
No, you wouldn't get an ass in the bog.
No, when it was raining. We go home from the bog. That's what we do.
Home.
And why didn't you go on 2 sauce less?
We go, I have it. We go for Gerald Smith. He's one of them quad. Modern technology, Riley. Modern technology.
That's what I
Come
call.
on at once.
That's all. A quad on the bog.
A quad on the bog.
A quad on the bog. Holy God.
It'll be a great day.
Holy God, a quad on the bog.
Pass it. She's a queer ass.
Such as Holland have discovered far too late that they have cut away all their bogs, and now they're actually spending millions of pounds trying to reflood the areas to see if they can regenerate the bog growth and bring back to destroy. So we're trying to hope that here and up in Black Line, at least in Cavan, we have 2 what's called raised bogs. Blanket bogs are thinner and they're found over in the west, up mountainy areas, Connemara, because of this high raised bog. So we take a walk now. It's gone out of bloom. It was in bloom maybe last month. You have what's called many-headed bogcotton, like there's a many-headed bogcotton which has 2 or more, some of them have 3 or 4, or you can have single-headed bogcotton, which you see. That one over there. That's a many-headed one there. You can keep them all further out there.
You can go over the captain.
Down to the base, which is comprised of marl, which would be between 10 and 12,000 years old.
They're originally after the Ice Age, when the glaciers melted. They formed lakes down, two of which formed here. There's a Drumlin Ridge in the centre of the bog, which runs through the bog. Two lakes formed on either side, and over time plants would grow at the edge of the lake, would die and fall to the bottom of the lake, and in time these came to comprise the marl. Now, with the passage of time, gradually more and more plants would fall to the bottom of the lake, and eventually you had the build-up of peat at the rate of about 1 millimetre per year. And when we go out onto the centre of the bog, we actually have got a pipe stuck down to about a depth of 10 metres, and this bog here is estimated to be between 10 and 12 metres deep, so it's between 10 and 12,000 years old. As you move up here through the bog, you see when we come up to about 4,000 years, there's a layer of wood, and that is as a result of a rise in temperature at the time. There's a slight climate change, and it dried up the bog to such an extent that it allowed trees to encroach in and flourish in the bog. And then subsequently, after about 500 years or so, 4,000 years ago, the initial change happened at 4,500 years. And 4,000 years, it reverted back to the usual climate, and with the result that it reverts back to similar conditions as there prevail today. And with that, as you see out there today, nothing of the nature of trees can survive. Then we come up to the present day, 2,000 years present day, and you'll see most of the surface of the bog is comprised of sphagnum or moss, and the moss is really essential to the survival of the bog insofar as it's a great water carrier, and it can hold up to 20 times its own weight in water. Now, it's precisely because there's so much water in the bog that it's so effective at preserving anything in it. It's quite an acidic environment, and the plants that grow on the bog don't grow on the bog because of the nutrients that are beneath it. They survive primarily from the nutrients that they draw from rainwater. So it's a very acidic environment. Only specialised plants can survive in it, and we're going to see a few of these plants when we go up here.
If you look just behind you there, we put a copper pipe down in the ground about 2-3 days ago. So that's only about 2 to 3 days, and it was also suggested to us that you could put dirty coins into a bog as well, provided you remember where you put them, and come back in 2 or 3 days and you would find that they would be lovely, shiny. And there are over 5 different species of sphagnum here on this bog, and they all have lovely Latin unpronounceable names, but they survive everywhere. It's like a carpet all over the bog, and it's like the lifeblood of the bog because it draws the water into itself, and it can hold so much water, and it's those waterlogged conditions that allow the bog to survive and thrive as it does. And you can see the different colourings that you have. You also some that would be much more red than that, and it's some different kinds of moss would survive on the hummocks, as they call them, and then the flatter parts are called the lawns, and then you have the pools. So you actually have some moss that would float freely in the pools as well. Now, if you look over here, we actually have 4 different kinds of lichens. That you would all be quite familiar with the look of it anyway. It's called bearded lichen, and you often see it in floral displays and floral arrangements. And it's quite common out there, we would see. Then we see the matchstick lichen, so called, as you see, because of its little red tip there on its head. It looks like a matchstick. And then the antler horn lichen reminds us of our elk that we were looking at down there. If you hold it up that way, I suppose it would be better. You can see the shape of the antlers in it. And this is the one is probably quite difficult to find, although we found it this morning. It's the cup lichen. It's shaped like a little chalice. And if you see it there, you can see it quite clearly, the shape of it there. You tend to find them clustered together, especially the matchstick and the cup and the antler. There's the bearded lichen, you will see it growing in between the heathers and the grasses. It seems to like the sheltered areas. This one here is ling heather. There's quite a lot of this here. That's not it actually, that's on the wrong. That belongs over there. The ling heather you see everywhere, particularly up on the hummocks. You see it everywhere there. It seems to be more in bloom down on the lower bank than it is here at the moment. And you'll also see the cross-leaved heath. This has a beautiful sort of purple bells up at the top, and they seem to turn sort of a rusty orange as they're going out of bloom. And you'll notice it's called cross-leaf heath because if you look at the leaves on it, they're actually shaped in a cross. There are 4 leaves like that, and that's also very common. We have our bog asphodel, but it's common it's the bog lily. There's a lot of it here now. It's yellow when it's in bloom, and when it's going slightly out of bloom, you see it'll turn a sort of a burnt orange colour. And I think that we look for the rosemary as we go around. There's our tormental, which we saw down on the low bank. We haven't found it up here. It seems to thrive better down there. and we have seen our single-headed and our many-headed bog cotton. This is by far the most unusual plant up here. It's called our sundew, and it's actually carnivorous. It will eat an insect. If you look at the edges of it, it attracts the insect to it first of all by its nectar, but once the insect has landed on it, it secretes a sort of poisonous substance, and it closes in over the insect, and then it will digest.
I said earlier on, you don't need an ass at all.
No thanks to the Egyptians.
No.
Walked by the chart and stuff, and laughed.
Yes.
We get the chart out.
We let the chart out without the help of the Egyptians, or the Monaghan's either.
Hey, what's that teeth? Look at the mouth he has.
Look at that.
You don't know
He doesn't even know where the mouth is on him.
You don't know what you asked. And now you're cutting off an hour plot. Go on, Riley. Wake out to you. Go, Riley, and give that radio box.
Huh?
Go and give him a box.
Look at the way he's throwing it off, and he'd be home in bed for a week.
That's it. No sense of it.
We'll never get the top of the whole out. I want to talk like that. I want to talk like one of them around.
But every year is the same. Never come on
Find your own turf home anyway you like.
Come at 6 o'clock in the morning, you're home before the crowd.
Stand the whole day and have a bite tea on the bog with you.
There's a guy that tour around our ass and charted. Not one of them come to them, one didn't see it.
No.
It's tough.
No. Wouldn't push you out, wouldn't give you a hand or nothing. Hanging home, Riley, bring your turf home anyway you like. God bless.
Listen, before you go, did you hear the latest news?
Go on.
Mullagh Lake was burnt to the ground, and you didn't see it happening.
Well, there'd be a chance of Mullagh Lake, but there'd be fuck all chance of the bog today anyway.
Around them, yeah. Sad, Riley, when you hear that ash reason.
He doesn't listen to the news that much.
He don't. Mullagh Lake was burnt to the ground. But beaten. Here, drink us up of that tea. Let me tell you what's up tea in our house. Look at that.
No ass loves teas.
Oh, yeah.
Do it again, Paddy.
In one mouth and out. Don't be spilling it, Pat. Oh, no.
Huh? Oh, holy jeez, he was sugar. Oh, the meat ass, you think about the home.
I go home.
Cavan ass.
Come back.
Come back. Come on, Das wants to come with me. He knows he's stabbed with the hunger on you, Riley.
Left to six.
I'll go there, Kieran, for a minute.
Left to 6 stars now, and the turf's still on the bog.
Oh my god.
They tell you wanted to come with me.
Nice.
Ah, big.
Come on, Mum.
About 28, 26, 28 feet of silver.
Oh.
Warner Brothers, is it?
Huh? The Smith brothers.
There we are.
You didn't get any colour clay.
It's about 10 metres.
So you didn't.
Are you at the bottom?
10 of those. There's 12 in total in that line, and we're up to about a third of the way, and the third last one there. And actually has been pushed down to. Oh, it is, yeah, to go down further, of course.
What depth is that?
It's about 10 metres here.
And would it be much deeper after that?
Well, it's estimated to go down maybe as far as 12 metres or so.
And what would you hit after 12 metres?
You need a stronger man than me to go down 12 metres.
Ah, yeah.
And all those, little bogs, you'd always come to the channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Down further.
For the friends in Dublin now, Debbie.
Down. One way down there, is it? Look at that.
Huh?
Someone help him on now, tell him.
You go and give me a helping hand there.
Keep pulling us or turning us clockwise. That's it. Yeah. We've lost.
Oh, we've knocked him at 2 feet, maybe. We're nearly there.
Spain. This man is doing a video of the whole thing, you know. And he wants to get a few bits of information about Spain. Have you had much bog over there in Spain and all that kind of stuff?
What's your first impression of your day at the bog?
Good. What's your first impression of the day at the bog?
Great. Very interesting. Exciting.
Very healthy place to be.
Confused too, Michael. Very confused.
This is Coventry here and Liverpool there.
Liverpool, yes.
Hello, Liverpool.
Hello.
Liverpool, Lou. Will you sing it for me?
Yeah.
And where's Coventry?
Later.
Coventry. Hello from Coventry. And Skeoch, is it? Michael.
Huh?
Michael, it's a Skeoch.
Me, I don't know.
Talita.
Good old spot.
Liverpool.
Liverpool. Another Liverpool, Lou.
Stick. I don't see any couplage in there. It's quite hard to find. You've got 3 different types.
And that's sedge.
This here, I think, would be sedge. I think one of the bog cocky looks a bit like that. I think as well when there's no the many-headed bog cotton is described as plant with rusty tips to the leaves. So it could be that as well. And they like bog pools. And that probably is that because they generally grow in ones. The multi-headed ones. The single-headed ones grow in clumps, probably like that there. I don't know whether that is. They're very hard to tell apart when there's no pools on it. Keep out of the howling breeze.
What would breed in there?
Nest.
Sort of a nest, sort of maybe a hare. He did. He picked a sheltered spot there to nest down in there to get out of the wind. This is the only place you get. Probably a hare, I'd say. Ask John Monaghan. He'd be the expert in that field. Pardon? I don't know. I imagine he'd probably go across this way. Whatever. There's your antler horn lichen there as well beside us. Okay. Head back towards that. Best dressed man in the bog today. Welcome to Mullagh Bog, he says. Proud. You have now made it to the top.
I brought Rose, but I thought I went already for them.
Really? She's at the gate. She's at the gate. Hello, how are you, Tom? How are you doing? Not too bad at all. Don't go down now there.
I'm well used to that where I come from.
How are you doing, man? No bother.
See what was it? Did I miss and be young?
Hi, John.
Dave. How are you?
Well, John, you made it to the top.
Sissy, tell us what all of those things are
No,
for.
it's not good. Very well done. Did you make this? It's great.
What's the big one for? That's just the storing of it, you know, bringing it in before you make it, isn't it? That's enough.
right. That's just the bog. That's just the heather from the bog. This was for sweeping the floor, John.
Like this.
That's it.
Here we are.
You scrap it up, and when you got to dashes, you give it a good push up, and your dashes all over the house. And
Had you bigger ones or smaller ones?
that was for sweeping. Yeah, that was for sweeping that. That was for sweeping that.
The ashes, was it?
But just wait till you see. Now, this was the wee pot scrub. The other one is gone, as it is. Why? This was for taking the burnt porridge off the big pot.
That's like the, what do you call the scrub, the wire scrub, isn't it?
Yeah, and this was the Brillo pad that finished off.
Were they for the big metal pots?
Yeah, for the metal pots. Yeah. That was the...
Have you any other samples?
Yeah, we had this one for
Clean the dresser.
spraying, for spraying the spuds. You made you brought out your big bucket of spray, bluestone.
Yeah.
Bluestone.
And your bluestone and lime, or no washing soda was mixed together. And then you got the men brought out buckets of it, and they dipped it in and sprayed the whole spud with it. This one was for whitewashing the house.
Yeah.
Or they're putting on the lime on the house side by
Did you see
side.
all those you used to? Did you? Because I never
And-
saw any of the ones.
Did you not?
No.
And
This one was
that's
about
what
only
they put on the
one.
whitewash with now, the whole. You see, the walls wasn't really even, and then they just was great to see it tapped into the whole thing. So, that's it now.
And would every household have a stock?
Everybody had them, nobody had anything else.
It was all made from the heather on the bog.
All made from the heather on the bog. There was the different types of heather, the strong heather and the fine heather.
Different jobs.
How long would they last for?
Depended how often you sweep them.
I know, but let's say, would you make those besoms once or twice a year, or
Oh, you probably
You would wear
did
one
too.
out in a couple of weeks if you, you know.
Good
yeah, if you kept your house clean and
Kept
tidy?
the house tidy, yeah. That's
But
right.
they were great now for sweeping. You know, when you're making hay along and bits of old straws and things about the street, they were great for sweeping that up, or for sweeping the group of the buyer. They used to sweep out the group of the buyer with that.
Did you sell any of them?
I did, it's so cute. I sold the scrub of it.
How much would they sell for?
Eh?
How much would they sell for?
Well, I was selling them for £1, you know, cheap and good value.
And they're scarce too. There aren't many of them around. You know.
Not many of them.
And there's no competition?
No competition. I don't know why they had them over there, it'd been better. They would have left them here for anyhow.
Ben don't have them a bit cheaper, but people bought off Sissy.
99p.
Oh, they
Or
are.
maybe Pat done, wasn't it?
Thank you, Sissy.
Right, Jim.
I did, yeah, they're lovely. We used to have them.
You wouldn't want anyone to call you in the morning.
No, we used to have
Now we
them.
load them out in the shoe.
The Bantam house too. Huh?
Come on, yeah, the sell in this minute. Give me a fiver and I'll put it to you.
Are you selling that pig?
Yes,
How much are you looking for it?
£5 each.
What's the difference?
Have you got a ring in his nose?
No, he doesn't
No,
need
that's-
it. It's pretty far.
He's doing a lot of rooting there.
Yes.
Jim. How are you doing? What were they for?
That was my carrying spuds. The women carried the spuds on their backs with that.
Yeah?
Without dung on their springtime and things like that.
Were they used on the bog?
No, they weren't. No. Well, no, would they carry out turf for them? A wheelbarrow for wheeling out mud.
There's a mud barrel here.
There's the mud barrel here.
Just have a slide. Just have a slide.
Patsy, what's that in your hand?
That's a wing shade. That's a wing shade for putting off on the hay bank.
Yeah?
Yeah. You dig it down like that on the bog.
Yeah?
We have that here.
And that's a press shade there on it.
Yeah, we have this.
That one there.
Yeah?
That's right.
What's that for, Patsy?
That's for the same. They're chim tags.
Oh, yeah.
Aye, we've got to go home, sure. We're not going to get the ass out this evening.
No.
Well, my mother always said, if you're on the bog at all, you're entitled to bring home turf. It doesn't matter whose turf, anyone's turf will do. It'll all burn to the very same.
Your mother was right.
Your mother was always right.
Well, you've got to not bring that turf.
No, we have to bring this.
I'll bring it knock over there.
Oh, it's good black turf.
That's our turf there.
That's right, over there. I'm sure you were cutting an hour bank.
Huh?
Every turf, all turf is your turf. Listen to you.
What would you think about you?
This turf.
That's our
Hey.
turf.
This turf
That's
is
what,
my
that's the
turf.
type of stuff that you are.
Aye.
That's yours. That'll be your turf.
That'll be our turf.
This turf here is daily.
That's ours. Look, your boot print is on it.
That's it. That's our turf.
Have you enough, Riley? Do you want another?
We might have one for the road.
Come on, you go.
All the best of luck to you, isn't it?
Well, good luck now.
You've worked hard, all right.
Let's get forward now.
Patsy. Patsy.
Patsy, look up.
What's that instrument for?
Well, that's for jacking up a cart, a pony's cart or any cart.
Go down in the bog.
Yeah, if we're down in the bog around.
The soft bog.
Soft bog around, you can jack it up to any level.
Yeah. Get going again. Put in the wheel again.
Put in the pin here now and jack it up. I could demonstrate it for you there on the cart if you want to see it.
Little article now there.
Yeah, it's very unusual. It's very old.
Very old.
They have them in the forge, just on.
Let them in the forge, that's right. And so many chart in the bog.
Get the did with the soft ground.
Soft ground, right. If I demonstrate, lift that car, lift the load, any load. Oh, you want
the wheel in and lift it up.
Just lift it up, yeah. That's right.
Thank you, Patsy.
All right.
They didn't ring us because they didn't pay.
That's right. No stop.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it? What one were you?
Great.
Here, Rose, bring these over here. Sure.
Hello, come on.
Yeah, in you go. Come on. Come on, in you go.
Come on in. Put that wee cap on. Come on in, Pat. Right, when you're all here in a row.
Hi.
never happen again.
Are you going to say a few words, Father?
No, I'm not. I've seen enough for it. Don't look where.
I like that, yeah, didn't they?
Hey, Sarah! Sarah!
Where are we going?
Sarah! Come on, you can hit it. Yeah, come on. Take another one. And get a paddy.
Miss Mary, only help Mary, second guess. On our second sheet. I'll give that to someone else. Come on, Mary.
Anyone want? Neve. Connor. Neve, get in there. Couple of these. Wait 1 second now, hold on. John, you're no good.